Sunnydragon here, welcoming you to my week 1 team builder for the Dendemille Dedennes, coached by Guy. First of all, I'd just like to say, sorry for the audio issues I had last week. I'm working on it. I figured out it was something with my mic, and I'm getting a new mic, so by the time I record my match itself, or by the time I upload the second team builder, which will be coming out next week, it should be fixed. I don't know. Hopefully, if I talk louder now, I can kind of make it sound better until I get my actual mic that works. Until then, I'm just stuck with these Apple headphones, which is going to be kind of sucky for audio issues. Sorry about that, guys, again. And hopefully you guys can bear with me for another week or so until I get my mic. Also, I'd like to say thanks to Sammy for helping me out finalize this team. And also thank you to Davey and Vitor for giving me the idea of a Scavalier. I don't know where I would be without you three guys. Really helpful. Also, I'd like to say I'm slightly sick, so my voice is kind of scratchy, and hopefully that doesn't screw up anything. Hope you guys can hear me all fine, and if I have to cough or anything, I'm going to say right now I'm sorry for that. Anyways, onto the team builder. So, Guy has a very scary team, and it's not a team I can take lightly. And the fact that it's a divisional team match, it's even more scary that I actually play correctly. Guy has a very balanced team, but against me, the matchup isn't perfect, but it also isn't great. His team consists of Kiram Black, Mandabuzz, Amoonguss, Slowking, Hitmonlee, Golurk, Mega Audino, Thundurus, Therian, Lantern, Cryogonal, and Talonflame. So he has 3 main offensive pressures, being Kiram Black, Thundurus, Therian, and Talonflame. Honestly, the scariest one is Kiram Black if it's Scarfed. Mega Latios is Bollywopped and is completely useless, same with Tornadus. So I'm kind of scared about Kiram Black, but I kind of have a plan around him. Thundurus can be an issue if it's Scarfed. Again, I have mons that can take it depending on if it is Scarfed, if it actually is Scarfed, and what its coverage moves are. So that's going to be a in-match decision on how I'm going to play around it. Talonflame was the hardest to team build around, to counter specifically. With the help of Sammy, I figured out a way. All props to him. He came up with the set. I don't know how well it's going to work, but hopefully it does. Guy also has a very, very annoying core in Mandabuzz, Amoonguss, Slowking, double regenerator, plus a roost on Mandabuzz, meaning that's very hard to easily kill. And I know Mandabuzz is definitely coming because Rox is really threatening to his team, especially his 3 offensive mons. So I know Mandabuzz is definitely going to come for that reason, and I'm going to have to prep heavily for that. Same thing with Amoonguss. I feel like Amoonguss is a great wall in general, especially against my team. It can soak up a few hits. Obviously, doesn't really want to take a Slash Shock or Psychic from Latios, but sorry about that. For the most part, it can wall pretty much everything on my team, barring the Mammoth one, Esco Crash. And another mon I can potentially see coming with Kiram Black, Talonflame, Thundurus, Slowking, Amoonguss, and Mandabuzz is Slowking, for the main reason because it shuts down I completely forgot its name. Tentacruel. It's staring at me in my face, and I still can't name it. Kind of upsetting. Also puts a lot of pressure against Mamoswine. can scald and burn a few things, which is going to be annoying. Trick rooms, it can be a trick room setter because Guy is the type of person who bring trick room against me. If it's not Slow King, I can see Hitmonlee coming because of either a Scarf Reckless, High Jump Kick, Ice Punch set. Actually, doesn't get Ice Punch. Never mind. Just a Reckless High Jump Kick set, or the Focus Sash, or Normal Gem Unburden set. both of which are pretty scary to deal with. I do have a check for that as well, which is going to be quite nice. The mon, to be honest, that scares me the most is my god Dino, just because it's so fat. I am currently using one in another league myself, and it just doesn't die. But at the same time, I don't see him coming due to me having both a Tentacruel and a Scavalier, and having like mons like Tornadus that just hit it pretty hard. Obviously it won't be a kill or anything, but I don't think anything really appreciates a Hurricane from a Tornadus Therian. Again, I don't see it coming, but for the sole purpose of it taking a hit, wish passing into something like a Kieran Black that needs to have its health worn down, or something into like a Mana Buzz that needs its health slowly whittled down, otherwise it just won't die and I'll just lose because of it. I can see it coming. Hopefully it doesn't. That would just make my day if it doesn't. Lantern could come for the sole purpose of Water Absorb again, or Volt Absorb. I was planning on running Electric Coverage in the beginning. I'm not now. And Guy has a tendency to bring Lantern no matter what because he's in love with the fish. Don't know why, but he is. Hopefully he won't, because I don't want to kill it and make him upset, because I don't think Lantern's living in Earthquake from a Mammoth Swine, unless it's Air Balloon, but we'll talk about that later. Frognold, I don't see coming at all because, yeah, it's fast, it has a good special defense, but it just dies to a lot of things. So, I don't know. I don't think it's coming. Anyways, onto the team itself. So, my team heavily relies on both Mamoswine and Scavalier having pretty much full health. That's how the team's gonna work. So this Mamoswine set is actually meant to 1v1 a Kieran Black, because Kieran Black can't really touch Mamoswine. His strongest hitting move would be the Ice Beam, because Earth Power in fact actually does less than Ice Beam does, even with Thick Fat, because Stab just makes it the same slightly. It does slightly more damage than Earth Power. Fusion Bolt is doing nothing at all to Mamoswine, since Mamoswine's a ground type and it's immune. And I don't see its last coverage move that Kieran will bring touching Mamoswine too much. And with this spread, I can easily live 3 Ice Beams very well, while I will be able to click knock off, either destroying it and getting rid of the Sash, not the Sash, sorry, the Scarf Mon on Guy's team, because it's either Kieran or Thunderous. And if either one of them loses their Scarf, Latios can come in later, late game and sweep, so I can knock off an Earthquake. And the combination of those two moves, Shard will easily pick off the Kieran Black no matter what. So from there, I just basically killed a very potent threat to my team, which is going to be really nice, and I'm going to enjoy that very much. As for the speed EVs, Sammy came up with the idea of, in his words, oh, sorry about that, it's running outside and it's thundering, so I'm going to have to reload. Oh, you guys saw my week 2 team. hope you guys don't pause it and catch that, team. That's going to be kind of embarrassing. So the speed EVs are there for the Mandibuzz, since we speed time, and the way he explained it to me, it's very possible for Guy to put the 4 EVs in speed to outspeed a speed creeping Mamoswine, so he could easily put, no, I'm sorry, I can easily put in 4 speed EVs to outspeed a minimum speed Mandibuzz by 1, so Mandibuzz could easily outspeed Mamoswine by 1 by putting in 8 EVs, and then so I'm outspeeding the speed creeping Mandibuzz that is speed creeping a Mamoswine, which is out speed creeping a standard defensive Mandibuzz. And then there's an extra 4 speed EVs because I like HP to be odds for Stealth Rocks and any of their hazards, as well as making the speed stat pretty even. So Mamoswine is basically my best wall breaker, and actually a win condition depending on what he brings. Iron Shard does a minimum of 63% to a Thunderous Therian, so that'll be pretty helpful to wear it down. And depending on Thunderous is set, Mamoswine can easily just sit in there and take hits any day. I actually do live a Focus Blast from a Thunderous Therian, which is quite nice. So there's that. Next up is Kenny the Tentacruel, which is a max HP, max defense set. Just being a very defensive wall because this way I capitalize best and can wall as many hits as possible without being too weak on that stat. This is mostly actually for Talonflame if it comes down to it 1-on-1. Granted, I'm going to be taking a ton of damage from it, but I know with the recoil, Skull will easily take up the Talonflame, which would be quite nice. Hopefully that never comes to happen because Tentacruel will be a very important wall because it's just going to eat up those ice beams every day. Even though I have 2 other mons that can easily come into the ice beam from Kieran Black, but it's also there. Giga Drain. Sorry about that. Giga Drain is there for the Slow King. Hit it hard as much as possible. It's called just a really nice, strong water move, as well as the potential to burn way down to any mons. Acid Spray plus Toxic is to whittle down any of them. Sorry about this. Pretty muddled-minded right now with being sick. Acid Spray plus Toxic, it shuts down any of the defensive walls he has, which includes the Slow King, Mega Digno, Amogus, and Mandibuzz. Obviously Toxic doesn't work on Amogus, but the others don't really appreciate the Toxic. Yes, Mega Digno uses Heal Bell, but in the time he uses Heal Bell, I get a free Acid Spray, and even without any investment, a -2 Mega Dino, even if it's max HP, max special defense, is already taking 25% from the second sludge, from the second Acid Spray. So at that point, I can easily just click Scald. After the second time I use Acid Spray, Scald does at least a good 40 to 50%, so, which actually puts a very good chunk of offensive pressure, as well as forcing those walls out. So Kenny Tentacruel is there just to wall things out. It's going to be a very bulky pivot, even though it's not in itself is not a pivot. It's being a pivot because it's forcing out the other walls, which I can't really deal with very well with a Toxic and Acid Spray, which is going to be very helpful. My next mon is Lancelot the Escavalier holding the Assault Vest. The Assault Vest plus the HP makes it pretty much unkillable. HP fires don't kill, which is quite nice. And with this spread, I can easily just send against a Mega. Wow, Mega. Mega Kieran Black. That would be really scary. A regular Kieran Black. And according to its standard moveset, there's no way Kieran Black cannot 3-hit KO me. Even Fusion Bolt is a roll to 2-hit KO me. It's like a 21% chance to 2-hit KO me, which is quite nice. With this spread, Iron Head is a guaranteed one-shot against a Kieran Black. I'm actually, by the time I'm actually doing this, I'm debating whether or not to just EV the attack, so I just guarantee the one-shot and put the little bit extra in defense just to make it slightly more bulkier. Not going to make much difference, but it is. Mega Horn, just a pretty strong stab move, hits hard, hits everything pretty hard. Nothing really wants to switch against this unless it's resisted, but even then, it hits pretty hard. Knockoff is there to knock off items, again, knocking off the Scarf on either the Thunderous or the Kieran Black. I know one of those two is definitely going to be holding that Scarf, because only those two can really break through my team and really cripple my offensive mons, being Mamoswine, a standard Mamoswine set at least, but especially the Tornadus and Megaladios, because those two really just died to a choice Scarfed Ice Beam or HP Ice, which is not going to be very fun to play around with. So that's why I have two knockoff users. I also have Pursuit for the same to Thunderous or Kieran Black when they're switching out after the knockoff. This way, since I know those two really hurt my team, guy's going to try to save him. Pursuit helps me cripple those mons even more, to the point where Mamoswine or Megaladios can just sweep at that point. So from there, I'm bringing Queen Bari the Kofagrigus. This specific set is my counter. Okay, it's not really counter, it's more of a check, but this is my way to deal with Talonflame, since nothing really can deal with Talonflame. So this is max HP, max defense. Will-O-Wisp plus HP Rock, Pain Split, Hex does the most I can do. Will-O-Wisp is again just to hit everything, cripple them with status, which is not going to be kind of fun. The Will-O-Wisp is actually mostly for physical attacks like the Hitmonlee or the Amoonguss, because it can't get toxic. And then Hex just comes in and does it's a very reliable means of damage, especially after a Will-O-Wisp or Toxic is on that mon already, which is quite nice. HP Rock is a guaranteed 2-hit KO, and with my investment, Talonflame cannot kill me at all. And then I have Pain Split for recovery along with leftovers. With the Talonflame, if it is a standard bulky Swords Dance or bulk up set, I can take a +5 Brave Bird pretty easily for max HP and be able to cripple Talonflame to a point where HP Rock is a kill after recoil, which is quite nice. So those 4 mons are the mons I'm going to be playing around with a lot early to mid game. Win conditions again are Scavalier and Mamoswine to be at full health or as much health as possible, because those 2 mons cripple his offensive core quite a lot and put a lot of pressure on his defensive mons. Latios, Mega Latios here is going to be my win con sweeper, nickname sweeper. Nothing outspeeds this barring a Scarfed Kieran Black, Thunderous, Therian, Hail Wings, Talonflame, pretty obvious. And I'm pretty sure an offensive max speed Mandibus, if it is Scarfed, outspeeds. You won't bring it because there's no reason to when you have Kieran Black on your team. But that's something you should remember. Guy likes to be unpredictable sometimes. I wouldn't put it past him. But then again, when you have a Kieran Black on your team, you might as well scarf the Kieran Black. Megaladios. Sorry about that. There's a flood warning because of the heavy rain. Really sorry about that. So, Megaladios is here. As I said, as late game sweeper, it is outspeeding a timid max speed Cragnal by 1. That is the fastest thing on his team. I don't see that coming at all, and even if it is, it's not going to be scarfed. I have Draco Meteor as my strongest stab move, pretty much wrecking through his team. Psyshock hitting Amoonguss pretty hard because looking at my team, yes, I have physical attackers, but I have a lot of special attackers too, and more special moves that threaten his team as a whole, so I feel like Amoonguss is going to be more special defensive, hence Psyshock. Energy Ball hits Slow King pretty hard, as well as a Lantern, and then Ice Beam for the Mandibuzz, and Thunderous Therian. Oh my god, I'm like dying over here. As well as Talonflame for neutral on the switch in. Special attack is max because, I mean, nothing really wants to take max. Max special attack Draco, unless it's Megadino. And I have, even with Megaladios, I mean, that Psyshock and Energy Ball. Those two, I can see either from prior damage or one of those two moves. I can see what type of Megadino he's bringing, and from there I can check it based on that. So I'm going to try to refrain myself from using Megaladios until I know Megaladios can come in, Mega Evolve, and just sweep this team. Oh, this rain really does not want me to record today. That's kind of upsetting. And let us again look at my YouTube team. So there's that. Last but not least is Prince Therian. I really didn't know what kind of set I wanted to bring, so I just brought a leftover set because this is going to be more of a pivot than anything else. Prince Therian, again, is also speed creeping a timid max speed Crowdle by 1. Max special attack because it just hits super hard. And the rest go into HP with 4 in each defense because I'm paranoid like that, and that 1% less damage makes a difference to me. So Hurricane, again, strongest stab move I have access to with Tornadus, hitting the Amoonguss pretty hard, forcing it out, and nothing really wants to take a Hurricane, even if it's a max HP, max special defense, while like 4 just still does like 43% to it. So nothing on his team really wants to take a Hurricane if it hits. That is if it hits, obviously. I have U-turn for initiative as well as helping me get Regenerator back up, which is quite nice. And again, I can take any hit from a Talonflame from max HP and kill it with a HP rock. Of course, it's depending on what kind of Talonflame set it is. I know with the investment I can actually hit, especially Brave Bird in particular, and just one-shot it with HP Rock. 3 coils would help guarantee the kill, but it kills either way. Taunt is there for the Megadino. If it comes, it can't Calm Mind anymore, it can't Wish, it can't Heal Bell. So Tentacruel's job with the Toxic helps and is more viable when Megadino is taunted and can't Heal Bell. It also taunts the Amoonguss, no spores or synthesis, nothing like that. Mandibuzz cannot roost anymore, cannot defog even though I'm not bringing rocks. I know he's going to have defog as one of the slots. He can't defog anymore. Slow King cannot Trick Room, cannot slack off. Status moves are just no nasty plot. Thunderous, no roost. Talonflame, Taunt is just a very good coverage move. And before I waste any more time, might as well get off now. Board up some of these windows probably because there's a flood warning outside, guys, if you haven't heard. thank you for watching, and thank you, Sammy, in particular, for helping me build this team. Have a nice day. Goodbye.